Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something big that just happened in Los Angeles. Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez held what's being called the largest progressive rally in LA history, and they didn't hold back. Tens of thousands gathered for their Fighting Oligarchy tour, and yeah, the message was loud and clear. Enough is enough. Over 36,000 people packed into Grand Park for the rally. It wasn't just politics, it was a full-blown movement. Live music from legends like Neil Young and Joan Baez added fuel to the fire, and the speeches? Bernie and AOC called out everything from corporate greed to Trump's reckless trade policies that are pushing working Americans closer to the edge.
Millions have turned out at protests, shown up at town halls and big rallies to demonstrate again against what we've seen from this White House. And yesterday, Bernie Sanders and AOC held their latest Fight Oligarchy event, this one in Los Angeles. They said 36,000 people turned out for this rally. They also said it's the biggest crowd either of them have ever spoken to. And yeah, Bernie's message has kind of never been more relevant than it is right now.
I invite the president to come to LA. Tell the people here why you think it's a great idea to cut Medicaid and nutrition and health care so you can give tax breaks to billionaires.
The destruction of our rights and democracy is directly tied to the growing and extreme wealth inequality that has been building for years in America.
Across the country, voters are saying they need leaders who stand up for them, not for the billionaires.
Bernie hit hard on the issue of oligarchy, saying, "We are living in a system where billionaires are calling the shots, and the rest of us are paying the price." And AOC? She went straight for Trump's new tariffs, calling them what they are: a chaotic, last-minute scramble that hurts small businesses, working families, and the global economy. She said, "Trump wants to look strong on China, but all he's doing is punching the American middle class in the face." Let's break this down real quick. Trump just slapped a 125% tariff on Chinese goods and 25% on countries importing Venezuelan oil. Prices are rising, jobs are threatened, and the market, it's more unpredictable than ever. Republicans are even starting to push back, calling his plan a disaster for American jobs. This rally wasn't just a vibe, it was a warning. It's a call for all of us, progressives, independents, everyone to say, we deserve better. Better than economic policies made up on the fly? Better than politicians who cozy up to corporations while families can't even afford groceries?
Bloomberg actually crunched the numbers and found that the world's wealthiest people added $304 billion to their combined net worth on Wednesday. $304 billion. They said it was the largest one-day gain in the history of the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. And look, there are a lot of questions about the timeline of these announcements, and lawmakers are rightfully curious about who knew what and when and what they did with that information. A number of them have called for an investigation into possible insider trading to look into exactly that. But one thing we do know is that it was a good day for billionaires, a very good day. And I kid you not, you can't make it up sometimes, because two of those billionaires just happened to be with Trump in the Oval Office on that very same day. And as you can see for yourself, Trump was downright giddy is the only way to describe it, but just how much money they made, all thanks to him.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million.
That who you saw in that video was Charles Schwab, that Charles Schwab, and Roger Penske, as in the Penske trucks you see on the highway. Trump says they made a combined total of more than $3 billion in a single day. So he bragged about enriching billionaires with them in the Oval Office. I'm sure you heard the chuckling in the background. And then a communications advisor on his staff, I really can't get over this piece, thought it was a good idea to tweet that exchange out.
The U.S. stock market had one of its biggest rallies in years, over $300 billion in gains in a single day. Sounds great, right? But let's talk about why this happened and who's really benefiting from all this. Trump announced a 90-day pause on most tariffs, the same tariffs that sparked chaos in the global economy for years. Now, suddenly, he hits pause, and boom, the markets explode with joy, but not for the reasons you might think. This wasn't about helping working-class Americans or small businesses getting crushed under the weight of inflation and uncertainty. This move helped the billionaires, plain and simple. You know who made tens of billions in a single day because of this? Elon Musk, the CEOs of big corporations who are already hoarding record profits while workers still struggle to pay rent and buy groceries. This so-called pause on tariffs isn't some economic miracle. It's a gift-wrapped bonus for the ultra-wealthy. And let's not forget, these are the same billionaires Trump gave massive tax cuts to when he was in office. It's like a VIP club where the richest get richer and everyone else. We're just watching from the outside. We need to ask ourselves, if Trump gets back in office, whose economy is he really trying to save? Because so far, all signs point to Wall Street and the billionaire class, not the rest of us who are just trying to get by.
I was a Megadonor to the Democrats. Like dinner with Obama level donor, okay? I couldn't get a phone call returned from the White House to save my life. The Trump administration is totally different. There's not a single person there you can't get on the phone and talk to.
There's not a single person there you can't get on the phone. Again, that's a Trump megadonor, literally praising Donald Trump because he can buy access to his team in a way he never could under a Democratic administration. It's not really the sick burn that guy thinks it is, obviously. But look, well, it's easier for billionaires like him to buy political favors. Most people like you will have to pay more on almost everything you buy because tariffs are a tax on the American people. When a tariff makes a product more expensive, basically all of the added costs get passed to you, the consumer. That's just a fact. But regardless of that, Trump still appears to be in some form of denial.
Don't let them keep telling you that this is a tax on our people. I hate that.
No matter how much he hates it, this still is a tax. And this isn't just some liberal talking point, by the way. Take a listen to some of the staunchest conservative Republicans in Washington.
Tariffs are a tax on consumers, and I'm not a fan of jacking up taxes on American consumers.
There's no question about it. Tariff as a tax.
A mega donor, someone who used to give huge amounts of money to Democrats, literally said he couldn't even get a phone call returned back then. But now, under Trump, he said there's not a single person you can't get on the phone. Let's talk about what that really means. This guy is basically admitting that with Trump, if you've got the money, you've got access. It's not even subtle. It's not policy. It's pay to play. And that is so dangerous for democracy. Like, I know people say money talks, but this is the White House being run like a country club. You donate enough, you get VIP access to the entire U.S. government. Meanwhile, regular working class Americans, people who actually need to be heard, get completely ignored. And then there's this whole conversation about tariffs. Trump goes out here and says tariffs are great. They're working, and that he hates hearing that tariffs are basically just taxes on us. But they are. That's literally what they are. When he slaps tariffs on Chinese imports or whatever country he's mad at this week, American businesses pay more for those goods. Then those costs get passed on to us, the consumer. It's not tough on China. It's tough on the people living in this country. Small businesses, struggling, farmers, getting squeezed, families, paying more for everyday stuff. But Trump doesn't want to hear that. It ruins the narrative. And honestly, I don't think he cares, as long as his donors are happy and the headlines look strong. And again, going back to that donor comment, what kind of government are we running where the people with the biggest wallets get the loudest voices? If that doesn't piss you off just a little bit, I don't know what to tell you. Democracy isn't supposed to be a luxury for the rich. It's supposed to be for the people. Anyway, that's my rant for today. I'd love to know what you think about all of this. Do you feel like we're heading toward a system where money equals power more than ever? Drop a comment, like the video if you feel me, and subscribe.